Hi friends, in this video I will show you how to use standard Procreate brushes. For reference, I chose a photo of Taylor Swift from her show. For the sketch I use a 6B pencil. The 6B pencil completely imitated a real pencil that we are used to drawing on paper. I think that this would be an ideal option for beginners. In general, this is a material familiar to any artist that will not shock you, and there will be no questions about how to draw with it. The next stage after the sketch is drawing the line. I selected two brush options. The first brush is ink bleed and the second option is dry ink. I love the texture and softness of this brush. I will draw the line with this brush. In fact, I often use this brush for both lining and filling. I set it up for myself so that I could adjust the opacity of the brush depending on the pressure. The next stage is filling. I have chosen 3 brushes with different effects for you. If you want a more uneven textured edge and feel, you can use chalk. For even smooth feels, a technical pen is suitable. And option 3 is also dry ink. This brush don't produce an even textured edge, but a more even feel. Filling all the details is the most painstaking stage at which all the elements of the drawing appear in color. I break everything down into separate layers to make it easier to fix, recolor, move, and delete elements later. After filling, I want to separate the hair into strands. For this, I chose 2 brush options. The first brush is chalk, the second streaks. I like the ability of these brushes to create a line that goes from thin to white depending on the pressure and of course their texture. Streaks even have a slight division like hairs. Let me distract you for a moment. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. This motivates me to make even more useful video for you. Thanks for support and enjoy watching. I also highlight the protruding places on the body with a redder tone. For this I use bonobo chalk or noise brushes. The noise brush is denser than chalk, but overall they have a similar effect. Next, I want to add some texture to the swimsuit. It's covered in sequins and rhinestones. So I choose brushes similar to this texture, Campania and Newsprint. With the second brush, I drew the main mess and the protruding sequins I drew in separately in a dark color. If you want to learn more about the stages of drawing a portrait, I recommend watching the video How to Draw a Female Portrait on my channel. In it, I discussed in more detail the division into layers, their settings, and what stages in the drawing I follow. For the lighting solution, I chose a different reference, also from a Taylor Swift concert. I think the pink lighting on the silhouette of the figure is beautiful. So with a round brush I draw soft light in the places where it hits, and then I use a light pen brush along the edge. It gives a cool neon lighting effect. The same result can be achieved in other ways and with more actions, but if it can be avoided, then I do it. All the brushes I use to draw this portrait are just an example of how you can use standard Procreate brushes. If you customize them for your convenience, they can completely fill your need for new brushes. To show volume in the hair, I add highlights with a soft round brush and shape them into the desired shape using an eraser. It doesn't matter what brush you use to paint highlights. You can create a harder edge with a brush or eraser with a less blurry edge. It all depends on what style you have and what effect you want to achieve. If you want to add even more shine, you can add highlights using the flare brush. Also, from the set of highlighting brushes, you can use a light flick brush to add a flickering effect, for example on the background. I hope I was able to show you that using a standard set of Procreate brushes you can achieve the effect and texture you want. And they are also easy to use. I am waiting for you in the comments. Tell me what you think of this topic and what Procreate brushes do you like to draw with. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.